As utilities and other critical infrastructure operators leverage Industrial Defender to monitor and get a deeper understanding of their OT environments, they also depend on us for managing or collecting historical data. Is that right? Can you speak to that part, historical data, how that plays a role, why that's important?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're in using an automated solution that's automatically keeping a current set of your device configurations, and you don't have to worry about it because it just happens automatically, that's great. And there's a lot of value in that. But there's also a lot of value in keeping that historical information as well. Why get rid of it? Now, there are certainly compliance reasons to do this. NERC CIP specifically, CIP 7, CIP 10, they have specific areas where they want to, or they tell you that you need to be able to recognize and document differences over time. What has changed? What ports have changed that are open on your HMIs between any 2 points in time? Well, if you don't have that historical information, then it's very challenging to figure out what has changed within the last 35 days, for example. Compliance also, a lot of compliance rules dictate that more for IR reasons, I think, than anything else, maintaining 3 years worth of historical data so that they can go back and see what were things like a year ago, 2 years ago, et cetera, and what has changed between 2 years ago and today. And what I think personally is particularly interesting is what are the trends? Are you seeing movements in certain areas within the OT infrastructure? And without that historical context, you just don't know.
I feel like this has kind of come up as a differentiator for our solution. Is that something that we've kind of specifically built into our
Absolutely. Yeah. So we do maintain the historical data of all the configurations. And in fact, we don't even limit it to 3 years. We will keep that data 5 years, 7 years. It's up to you. But it's a sliding window in the fact that if you only want to keep it for 3 years and you want it gone the day after, that's fine. We can put that into the solution so that all that data is out of the database. But this is a very powerful fundamental feature in Industrial Defender because of the reasons I was just talking about, being able to see what's changed, what are the trends, etc. How, if things are different today, well, what were they like yesterday, 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago when things were stable and good? I need to be able to test if I remediate my systems, does it match exactly the way it was 2 weeks ago? So it's part
right?
of your remediation program.
In some frameworks, it's actually written in that they have to keep that historical data, right?
That's right. That's right. NERC, for example, yet again, right? They have to keep that data for 3 years, and then it can slide off. But yeah, it's part of the regulatory framework is that you have to keep it for X number of years. NERC is three.
And I'm thinking it just feels safer to keep it like just like we file our taxes, right? We keep
Right.
our tax returns for a while in case anybody comes back and asks for it. So
Exactly right. So you can generate evidence on the state of your OT environment a year ago, 6 months ago, 2 weeks ago. It's we have the data, so you can report on it, generate evidence for any of the data as long as it's in our system.